Welcome into Ion Major League Baseball, brought to you by Sony's new Xperia Ion smartphone. I'm Tom Voort with our senior baseball editor, Chris Bahr, looking at the division standings heading into the All-Star break. 6 divisions in Major League Baseball, 4 of them, I think you could say, have surprise leaders. Chicago White Sox in the American League Central, and then all 3 National League divisions, with the Pirates leading the Central, the Dodgers in the West, and the Washington Nationals, known more for #1 draft picks than #1 in the division, leading the East. Of those 4 teams, which is the most surprising to you, Chris?
I think the Pirates would be the most surprising, just because they've had this 19 straight seasons with losing record. They have not had a winning record since Barry Bonds played there, so that tells you how long ago that was. So,
back when he hit singles and doubles, right?
Back when he was 165 pounds. Yeah. So I think they're the most surprising. The fact that they're all alone in first place on July 5th, that's unbelievable. The White Sox have been a good story too. The Dodgers, they've been up and down. They're really injured right now. That's their problem, but I'd say the Pirates are the most surprising, but if we're talking about the team, with the staying power to stay there and to finish the season in first place, that's definitely the Washington Nationals.
And it is an amazing story when you look at them, how much they struggled in the last couple of years. Obviously, being able to draft Steven Strasburg and Bryce Harper, who's now come up. Let's talk about Harper a little bit. Obviously, the rotation is the key to their record, but Harper has done quite well for a young guy.
He's done quite well, and he came up at a time when maybe he wasn't quite ready. They were kind of saying, we're going to be patient,
He wasn't tearing it up in AAA.
No, he wasn't. And he took a big step up, and he's since the start, he's jumped right in. He's been great. They were losing Jason Worth to the injury. They lost Mike Morse to injury. They needed outfielders, and he was their best option after you run through 3 or 4 of these guys getting hurt. So they called him up. He was exceptional. And now what we're starting to see with them is they're getting healthy. That's the thing. You talked about their pitching. Their pitching's lights out. They've got the best ERA in baseball. For starters, they got the best staff ERA in baseball. But now you're starting to see guys like Mike Morse come back. You're seeing Ryan Zimmerman come back from his problems.
Right.
And now you're going to see Jason Worth come back. Drew Storn, their closer, hasn't pitched all year. So you're seeing the offense kind of catching up to the pitching now, and the pitching's only going to get better too.
So it does seem like staying power. Are there some bumps in the roads? They have had problems scoring runs for a lot of the season. The offense does seem to be kicking in now that Zimmerman got that nice cortisone shot.
Yep. So,
do you see any bumps in the road, potential problems for them?
As long as they're healthy, I think they're the team to beat. You see the Phillies, they can't get on track. The Marlins are up and down. They're mostly down now. The Braves still need a pitcher, I think. And, the Mets are the Mets. You don't know which way they could go. They could lose 10 in a row. They could win 10 in a row. So that team has, arguably, other than the Texas Rangers, maybe the best balance in baseball. When you're talking about pitching, hitting, defense, starting pitching, relief pitching. I mean, this team is built to win, and they're built to win now, which is surprising. No one thought this was going to happen this fast. You talked about the #1 draft picks.
Yeah.
Those guys have sped through the system, and, they're superstars right now. Strasburg and Harper are superstars. So they've not only arrived, but they've arrived in a big way.
Yeah, they sure have. Now, the only other thing I should ask you about really is the innings limit for Steven Strasburg. Around 160, that's going to put him out. Maybe he'll get through August for the Nationals. Should they think, they got John Lannon in the minors, should they think about trying to pick up another pitcher? How much should they reach to kind of make this a special season?
I think you'll see him go for another pitcher, but I also think you're going to see the innings limit very, very much not ignored, but I think it's going to be softened, because you got Davey Johnson, who had Dwight Gooden. He knows how to handle a young pitcher, and I know they want to be careful with him. I know he's already had Tommy John surgery, but when they made this innings limit, they were not expected to be in first place in August and September. They thought maybe they would be in contention for a wild card, but if we're talking about a first place team shutting down its ace in August or September, I don't see that happening, especially with Davey Johnson as the manager.
And obviously Davey Johnson, his experience, a pretty big key to their success as well. That's our look at the Washington Nationals and surprise teams in Major League Baseball. Once again, thanks to Sony's Xperia Ion smartphone. I'm Tom Voort for Chris Bahr. We'll see you next time.